Hello, I'm Granville Emerson, and welcome to Lidline Sports with my co-host, sports enthusiast Michael Carter and Renault Bain, affectionately known as Pepe. You ought to know that by now. How y'all doing today?
I'm good.
What be up?
What be up? Be up. The Final Four in the NFL is what be up.
True that.
Let me get your predictions, starting with you, Mr. Steeler. You got Steelers, Patriots, and Packers, Falcons.
Peter Piper.
Yeah.
Piper, pick the peckle, pickle, pebble.
Anyway. Say that 7 times.
No.
Fast.
No.
Peter Piper, pick the Peter Piper.
No,
yeah. Okay.
don't do it.
Fail.
Anyway,
Steelers,
last week I went with my head. Well, no, I went with my heart on one game and my head on another. This time I'm going to have to go with my head on both games. As much as I love the Falcons against the Packers, I love the way Matt Ryan's playing. I love their offense.
Well, how you gonna skip from that to the Packers?
Because
talking about the Steelers,
because
Mr. Steeler.
for me, Steelers are best for last, so that's what I'm saving them for.
Okay, we'll go.
All right. So
I was lost. I thought he was talking about the Steelers.
Yeah.
And I jumped to.
Well, he said NFL Final Four. So.
Look, he's saving the best for last.
Thank you.
His best
So
for
he
last.
thinks.
Well, my best.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So anyway, where's your teams at? Okay. Anyway, so I'm going to go with my head and say that the Packers are going to upend the Falcons. And in the second game, well, as much as I want the Steelers to win, I'm going to be realistic on this one, and I'm going to have to give it to the Patriots.
All right. So you're going with the Patriots and who?
The Packers.
And the Packers. P&P.
P&P.
All right. So not to confuse you listeners, the Steelers and the Patriots are the first game, aren't they?
No, they are not.
That's why you put it in that order.
They are not.
It's the second game.
It is the second game.
Okay, well I can go to my
It is the
event.
varsity.
This is the varsity game? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I got an event in the afternoon, so I can go to that game now. I was worried. Michael, who are your choices?
I got the Packers, and I like the Steelers, but I don't know if they could beat the Patriots. But I think I'm gonna go with my heart, and I'm gonna say Steelers. Packers and Steelers.
Packers and Steelers?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I swear to Cheeto Jesus, I wish. Y'all know who Cheeto Jesus is?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yeah, you got sworn in today.
Well,
The man who just saluted Abraham Lincoln.
yeah, it's all talk. Anyway, I'm going to go with, I really want the Steelers to win. I really want
Thank you.
really want the Steelers to win. But I got to pick the Patriots. Last week I went with my heart and not my head.
Right.
And
Because you
this
picked
week,
the Seahawks over the Falcons.
Yeah, me too.
and I picked the Chiefs out of a little sentimentality too.
Oh, that's right, you did.
But I'm going to go with the Patriots. I want the Steelers to win. And I'm going to go with Green Bay because I picked Green Bay to go to the Super Bowl, as I alluded to last
Right.
show. Hottest team in the league. Let me ask you guys this. Do you think that Brady is better than Rodgers or Rodgers is better than Brady? What do you think, Mike?
Rodgers is better than Brady. I think for this season, Aaron Rodgers is better. But as an overall work of art, I think Brady's better. He's got 4 rings to 1 ring, but Brady's older. So it's kind of hard to compare it. And I don't really like comparison. I don't like comparing like Jordan to LeBron or what. But
Comparison? Is that what you say while you comparison?
Comparison.
Are you comparing your singing?
Confusing comparison.
Okay.
Eboniking, but no,
Ain't no words now.
But I just think in this season, this body of work with the teams that they have, the coaches that they have, Aaron Rodgers by far is better than Brady, and is playing at a higher level than Brady. But Brady overall is better. I mean, stat wise, ring wise, playing wise.
Pep?
Well, I don't know about what he just said. Because Brady threw for 28 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, which is the highest TD to interception rate, best TD to interception ratio in history. Brady has been off the charts. But I'm not going to say he's better than Rodgers. Athletically, Rodgers is superior, but we're not talking athletically. We're talking about quarterback play. And as far as quarterback play, both of these guys are
Let me ask you a question.
and 1A.
One question.
I can't put one ahead of the other. I've tried.
One question.
But I cannot. Go ahead.
Put Brady on the Packers and Rodgers on the Patriots.
I think you get the same result.
Wait, no.
My point
I was trying to make, I apologize. Put Brady on the Packers versus the Dallas Cowboys. Who wins?
Tom Brady.
Dallas wins.
I don't think so.
Brady's not mobile enough. Brady doesn't have the agility that he has a.
But see, you can't do that because
Yes, you can.
that's that particular play at that particular moment. Perhaps you don't know that Tom Brady might have had them up to a 21-point lead. He wouldn't need that play. You don't know what's going to happen in that kind of circumstance. So you can't say at that particular time that Brady wouldn't handle it.
I just did.
Because Brady has done some miraculous things himself.
He has. I'm not diminishing his athletic ability and his whole body of work. I'm not diminishing it at all. Don't get me wrong. But I'm just saying for this season, if we're talking about overall, you go.
So if you're
Brady.
starting your team today, you're taking.
I'm taking Aaron Rodgers.
You're taking Aaron Rodgers, and you're taking Tom Brady if you're starting your team today.
I don't know who I'm taking, to be honest.
You gotta pick one.
You got to pick one. What are you talking?
He don't know, just like he don't know
You
what
gonna
he
flip
just
a
talked
coin?
about.
Flip a
You
coin.
flip a coin?
Flip a coin. I can't go wrong with either one of them.
So you're in the draft room and you're telling your owner you're gonna flip a coin.
I don't know. Yeah.
So now I'm in the draft room.
Yeah, you gotta make a pick. Yeah, that's the whole purpose of the whole discussion. If you're in the draft room, you're gonna make a pick. Okay, and the quarterback's on the board. You got to pick a quarterback. Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers are on the board. Who you picking?
Matt Ryan.
I said
You said
those two
this
were-
season.
I said
He
those.
said this is-
I said those two quarterbacks are on the board.
All right. I've always liked Aaron Rodgers, so I'll go with him.
Do either one of them warrant best ever in NFL?
No,
I hate comparing eras. I hate it.
I do too.
I can't.
But
stand
I don't think either one of them at this juncture.
It's
Best
so
ever.
not fair.
No, it's not. There was too many great players. I mean,
Who are your candidates for best ever?
at the quarterback
Yeah,
position.
the quarterback position.
Oh my gosh, you had Elway. You had
Marino.
Oh my God,
Marino didn't win though. Mine is.
No, he didn't.
He did.
But
no, he didn't win. But it's
you
still.
can't put it all on him.
Oh, absolutely. But I'm just saying, But I mean, it's just like the whole argument that Jordan's the greatest of all time because he has 6 championships. Nowadays, in 2017, everything's about championships.
But it's not. That's why I said Brady might have 4 rings and Aaron might only have 1. But if you got to look at how they're playing this year. I mean,
Greatest quarterback ever, Russell Wilson.
Oh no! Right now, he might not even be top 10. Right now,
He's gotten worse.
Let's recap last weekend. Let's start with the greatest game of the year. The Green Bay Packers at the Dallas Cowboys. That game right there was a game.
it was the second half or the
Exactly.
late third, early
I
fourth.
thought the whole game was good.
Well,
It was
I
a
mean,
blowout at first.
it was okay, but
I didn't ever think it
the
was a
Packers-
blowout.
No, but I mean, the Packers went up 28-13, and
21-3 at first.
right. So, they had 18-point
It's
lead,
getting
15-point
boring.
lead. So it's not like it was a barn burner at that time, but it became so. Here's the difference with the Cowboys, and I'm going to say the Seahawks, and as far as their defense, when they had the teams backed up. When the Seahawks had the Falcons backed up, I had said if they let the Falcons get a first down, this game is over because Atlanta will drive that 99 yards and score. And that's exactly what happened. In the Cowboy game, they had the Packers backed up, and the Packers went 3 and out. And after that, the Cowboys defense got a little bit, of fire in them, and the offense came out and they scored right away. And that, so, that really switched that momentum up. And then that's when that game turned and became a barn burner.
Yeah, well, I thought when got to 21-10,
Right.
it was a whole new game to me. I mean, I said when it was 21-3, okay, if they can get another touchdown, make it 21-10, we got a game, and we had a game.
True. However, if you remember, the Packers scored again. Well, it was 21-13 at one time,
right?
And then the Packers scored again to make it 28-13.
Right.
So there was still some doubt of
Yeah.
whether the Cowboys are actually going to recover from that, because that could have been a death knell right there, but it wasn't.
Yeah, and I have to give credit, or as Riddick Bowe used to say, critic. Give credit where credit is due. Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott played like all-stars. They started giving the ball to Zeke, and he was just running.
Well, guess what? They are all-stars. And people were saying, well, how are you going to win with a rookie quarterback? Well, when you play a whole season, you're not a rookie anymore.
Right.
And when you make the Pro Bowl, that's out the window.
Yeah.
Where are they at now?
Well, they're out.
Oh.
But
Well, they're out because
but it wasn't because of them.
It wasn't because of
they
them.
lost.
They were out because of Aaron Rodgers dropping dimes.
Yeah.
I mean, I keep watching that
catch?
that last catch. Man, that's a dime. I mean, he throws it right where he can catch it in the only place that it would be caught. So I don't know. Just kudos to
It was a good game
to both teams. It was definitely better than the Texans and the Patriots game.
Ooh.
Did anybody watch that?
I didn't.
With one eye.
I tuned in. I tuned in for a minute.
I watched it because I love sports. I watched it, and I picked the Texans with my heart instead of my head. But Osweiler's just the most overpaid player in the league right now. The Texans.
But you read my fraud reports. Texans have been frauds all year. So, like I said before last week, somebody had to win the AFC South. They happened to do it.
But their defense has been top notch all season. It's no quarterback. You can't win in the league with no quarterback. Look at the Rams.
And losing Watt earlier in the year really hurt.
Yeah.
because of the development of Clowney now. He's busted out of that bust shell.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, it's probably
pretty good.
There's probably no argument that the four best quarterbacks in the league are in the Final Four games.
Absolutely.
So
no question.
Everything starts with that quarterback position.
That's true.
Steelers and the Chiefs. Man, Chiefs had chances.
They had chances, but the Chiefs, they don't have any receivers. I mean, Tyreek Hill is definitely up and coming, but he's more of a gimmick right now. He's a kickoff returner, end around kind of guy. But if you're going to ask him to run a route and get behind guys, he can't do it. And plus, if you're going to throw to him, can he catch it? That's a problem.
A lot of drop balls.
Yeah.
A lot of drop balls.
Travis Kelce dropped a sure, first down.
Yeah.
I mean, Kansas City, their offense is okay, but if you play a team like Pittsburgh, you got to be on, and Kansas City wasn't on.
Yeah.
KC did come out the gate hard and fast, though. But that was it. They came out the gate, and then once they got out the gate, everybody caught up to them.
I know another team that came out the gate. We see how that happened.
Yeah, well Kansas City had a chance to win the game. They just didn't make plays.
But I tell you one thing, Pittsburgh can't go into this game just kicking off.
That's a given. Now, everybody, so listen, we don't even need to mention this, but we'll mention it. They can't expect to win by kicking field goals. They gotta get.
Yeah, we'll get to that later. Let's get to the last game. The Atlanta Hawks. Atlanta Hawks.
Atlanta Hawks.
I think I'm discombobulated. Today is the presidential inauguration. Even though I didn't watch it, refused to watch it, but it's still playing.
Who's that killer guard on the Atlanta Hawks?
The Atlanta Hawks. The Seattle Seahawks and the Atlanta Falcons. Michael, what happened to our Hawks?
Well, I'm not going to put this all on Bevel. This time, I call Bevel. Russell Wilson's a fifth-year quarterback, and Russell Wilson missed a lot of open receivers as he has all season long. And they came out the gate hard and fast. They took the ball right down.
That first drive was masterful.
They ran some masterful.
was.
But then they went back to the old Seahawks, and then How in the heck can you target Jimmy Graham only 3 times in a playoff, win, go to the division championship, lose, you're out game, let alone regular season, but you target him 3 times, and each time he caught it, and then you target Jimmy Graham as much as you do curves, and then you give another player more targets than you do Jimmy Graham. It's like, and then I watched some film. I was talking to Pepe about this earlier. I watched some film, and because I was saying, okay, Bevel. But then I watched some film. I watched the replay of it. And there was plays where receivers were wide open, and Russell Wilson was just not throwing the ball to him. Barring, some of them were O-line problems, as usual. And I can't say the run game. The first drive, Rawls looked great.
Well, they went away from the run game.
Yeah.
Quick.
Yeah.
After the first drive, made no sense.
It's like they went into panic mode when the Seahawks scored a touchdown and Atlanta came right back and scored a touchdown. It was like the Seahawks went in
right back.
Yeah, but it looked like the Seahawks went into panic mode right after that. Instead of staying on the game plan they were on, they looked like they went into panic mode.
It looked like they did go into panic mode. You're right, absolutely.
And went away from whatever they did the first drive, and then it was like it was over with. You could see it. That was just how my take of it. You know, but we don't know what we're talking about because that's what Pete Carroll said, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, right.
Yeah.
But one other thing that struck me, when the Seahawks were backed up, Russell Wilson was at the 1 or the 2 or whatever. He was under center.
Why?
And I'm like, what the heck? So he's under center, and we all know what happened. He fell, and they got a safety.
Why did he fall?
So. Because he got tripped over by his own
got
guy.
his foot stepped on because he shouldn't have been under center. He should have been in shotgun.
That's my point. Now, Seattle, in turn, gets Atlanta backed up at the 1. Matt Ryan's in shotgun. He's a gunslinger. So that tells me the coaching staff, either they don't trust Russell in that situation, or they think he's going to throw a pick. But Atlanta secondary is not anything special.
And I agree with you, but I got to ask you this.
Yeah.
As a 5th-year quarterback, you got options. So if they call you under center, what do? You call an audible, you get out of it, you go into the shotgun, you say, oh, this ain't going to work. I got to override this play.
Hey, I like that.
What's that? What do we used to hear Peyton Manning say? Omaha, your butt out of that and get back in the shotgun and at least in the shotgun, he could just throw it away. Make it look good, throw it away, and then they punt the ball. But and penalties killed them.
But I just like the way that the Falcons trusted Matt Ryan to get him out of there, and they had him at 3rd and 8. Seattle had them at 3rd and long, and they should have gotten him out. But nope, Matt Ryan throws for a first down, and they ran 99 yards.
Why do you think that is, though? Is the defense not as strong as everybody?
Well, right now there is definitely no Legion of Boom. Because if you don't have
no
Earl,
Legion of what?
You know what I said. If there's no Earl or if there's no Cam, either or, there's no such thing as a Legion of Boom.
Legion of bums.
Oops.
I just thought that the Seahawks, they put up enough points to win, but their defense let them down. There's too many big plays, too many 3rd and longs converted in that game.
How many times did Atlanta go 3 and out? I think 1 time, if I can recall.
Yeah. I mean, and didn't get to too many 3rd downs.
Right.
So a lot of that has be on our defense. Anybody listen to Cam Chancellor's presser after the game?
Yes, sir.
I think that if you listen to Cam Chancellor's presser, and he talked about how their defense lost their poise all season, and in the games where they were bickering with the opponent were the games that they lost. And he said he been trying to tell them that you waste too much energy fighting fighting your own teammates, and not using that energy on the down that's about to happen.
Right.
And I think that you could see that throughout the whole. I don't know what was going on with the Seahawks this year, where they had so much infighting. But you can see it on the sidelines.
I think I mentioned that to Pepe though. I said I think Pete Carroll's lost his mojo, and maybe the players have lost a little faith, and it caused dissension in the ranks. And so now they're arguing and fighting with each other when it was a serious brotherhood. So that's why what Cam said, there's a lot of validity to that. Meaning he had a lot of great points, but the offense has been camouflaged by the defense for too many years. And with the offense that the Seahawks had, the stars, I'm not going to put so much percent of their losses on the defense. How the heck can you go 3 games in the National League and not score a touchdown? That's not on the defense.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm talking about this particular game. I agree with you.
No,
I agree with you on that.
Well, that's what. But Cam Chancellor was talking about the whole season as a whole, and you brought up as how come their defense just hasn't played as a whole. So that's why I incorporated that as a whole, just the whole season. If you look at it, the whole body of work that was.
But now it sounds like you got sour grapes. They're throwing up excuses. You got Michael Bennett yelling at reporters. You got Pete Carroll announcing that Richard Sherman had an injury the latter part of the year. So
might lose another pick.
What are you doing?
Yeah, well, I think that they have an off season to get it together. I think that they have. I think when you start paying people all this money, then you get a whole lot of ego to go with that.
Yep.
Right.
And I think that's what their problem is. They got too much ego. Richard Sherman, his ego. You got Cam and his ego. And I don't even know if they actually came together from Cam's holdout. You know what I mean? In terms of their brotherhood. I think their brotherhood is still shook from that.
A little shattered, right?
You know what I mean?
Splintered.
Yeah, and so they've got some soul searching to do as well as some player acquisition in the off season. What do they need to do to get back to the Super Bowl? What do we need?
Well, they need to solidify that offensive line. That's priority 1.
Uno mando.
That is priority 1.
And if they're going to keep Bevel, they need Russell Wilson has to start taking charge. Okay, keep Bevel, okay, but Russell Wilson now has to start taking charge.
Here's my thing about Russell Wilson this year. I felt like watching Russell this year, and I played quarterback on a very high level at Franklin High School.
Al Bundy.
Yeah, exactly. Weren't they called the Quakes back then? Not so long ago, weren't they called the Quakes?
Don't hate, appreciate. Anyway, as I watched Russell Wilson this year, I think his whole year has to be defined by the O-line because he did not have time to throw the ball, and so what he had got himself into was not going through his progressions. So he would take his primary read and try to hit his primary read. How many times did you ever see him, go 1, 2, oh, boom? I mean, there were times in in Atlanta game when Jimmy Graham was wide open, he's trying to force the ball to Doug Baldwin.
So they're not going to change the line, so it's going to be the same old thing. They asked Pete Carroll after the season during his presser when people said get rid of Bevel, and he said, well, people who say that don't know what they're talking about. And they said, what about your O-line? He said, our O-line is O-line up per par status, up to status. We just need to clean up some things. So if he's saying that and that's the way he's feeling, you're going to get the same thing.
Well, I think that arrogance is what's gotten us out of the divisional round the last few years. I said before, I'll say this again. We should have re-signed Patrick Smith. He came in and saved us 2 years in a row and solidified our offensive line play. Offensive line starts with the communication at the center position. Mm-hmm. The last 2 years in a row, we've had journeymen at the center position. Once we get that solidified and build out from there and get us probably a decent left tackle instead of a hooper.
Oh,
left tackle.
Yeah, that's what they need. But does that make the Jimmy Graham Unger trade a bust?
You probably have to say yes.
Well, yeah. If we want to continue to use Graham like we have, it is a bust.
But we're not using him.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
He's got one more. He's got one more year on his contract.
I mean, they didn't bring him here to block. Right.
Let's move on to the NBA.
Oh.
What do you guys think about Harden and Westbrook. Who is playing the best right now? James Harden, Russell Westbrook. Who you got?
Westbrook.
Why?
He's averaging a triple-double and has been doing it since October.
But
He's
they're
been
losing.
He's unstoppable.
They're losing.
The team is losing, yes, but we're talking about
Isn't it a team
individual. Yeah, we're talking about. He's asking about individual. He ain't say anything about the Rockets.
What's Harden
or
doing?
the Thunder?
What's Harden doing?
Harden's playing ball.
Yeah, you know how many triple doubles he has?
Not as many as RW.
Yeah, but he's up there. He's real close, knocking on the door, and he's winning.
His team is better.
It's not his. That's not Harden's fault.
Okay, so you got Harden with almost just as many triple W's, triple doubles, man, triple doubles as Russell Westbrook. And I should have did my tongue exercises before this show because I am tongue tied today. As Westbrook, but has more wins. Could it be said that Harden is helping his team win more than Westbrook is helping his team win?
He is, because Harden changed his game, because the last few seasons Harden was dribble, shoot, or wouldn't hardly pass. And he's changed his game to now incorporate his players. He brought his assists way up. He's getting rebounds. He's scoring. That's a give me. But and I do agree with Pepe that the fakes aren't as good as the Rockets. And I don't like
Who are the fakes?
The fake Sonics.
Fake Sonics. Oklahoma City, the Fakes. That's my nickname for them.
Okay.
But I do like Russell Westbrook because he's one of the most. He plays the hardest. He has a motor unstoppable. But just looking at them both, and I've been watching some games, I'm like, Harden's helping his team win now instead of just thinking me.
Well, I don't think Westbrook has a choice right now because if he doesn't perform, they don't have a shot. At least if he performs to that level, they have a chance.
They're still losing.
They are. But, I mean, that's what I'm saying.
They got a
I mean, the guy's averaging 31, 11, and 10. I mean, that's phenomenal.
He's killing, but Harden's knocking on that door.
He's not just knocking on triple-doubles. He's murdering triple-doubles.
Yeah.
I mean, and
I think he has 20.
But the real travesty, and I'm not really an all-star kind of guy, really, but the fact that Russell Westbrook is not going to be a starter on the All-Star game is a joke.
That's a ruse.
Now, you know, if you want the people that should be starting, it should be Harden and Westbrook and take Curry out.
Right.
Yeah, well, we all know the All-Star game is a popularity contest. I mean, you have guys on the All-Star as starters sometimes that are hurt. So they can't play. So.
But Russell Westbrook has 20 and James Harden has 14 triple-doubles. So that's what I mean by knocking on the door.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
14 is real close to 20.
Bro, 14 ain't nothing to sneeze at.
No.
Well, I think that James Harden has benefited from Mike D'Antoni, their new offense. He put him at point guard, position he never played before.
True.
And then he spread the floor, which accentuates Harden's game because he's hard to stop going to the basket. So you got to load up your defense to stop him, and so he kicks it out. And Westbrook, who my friends call West Choke because he's choking in the playoffs all the time.
Ouch.
So Westbrook, he's just a ferocious offensive player. He just attack. He is. But whether or not either one of them will be able to take their teams far into the NBA playoffs is debatable.
Well, I think the West is between, obviously, Golden State and San Antonio. That's first and foremost.
Oh, absolutely. But
everybody else is like falls behind.
Real quick shout out to Baby Boy for scoring 24 points last night for the Spurs.
Nice.
Get your thing, Baby Boy.
Who's Baby Boy?
DeJounte Murray.
Yeah,
Rainier Beach High School.
I just needed y'all to state who Baby Boy
24
was.
last night, man. He was stroking them.
Okay.
In the Spurs win, he was stroking him and Kawhi. Woo.
Well, I had always said that I thought that DeJounte Murray's game was a pro game.
Right.
That it suited the professional ranks better than college. So I'm glad to see Baby Boy getting down And I also thought that the Spurs was the right team for him to go to, even though people were singing the blues about why are they sending him down to the D League? They sent him down to the D League to get some run.
Yeah,
Hello, get some knowledge.
Yeah.
Popovich knows what he's doing.
Yeah, exactly. He knows exactly what he's doing.
Who didn't see that coming anyway when he was drafted?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, I saw something very funny the other night. Did you guys see on Martin Luther King Day the game between the Cavs and it was actually a blowout.
Yeah, I was about to say, what game?
It wasn't really a game. But hey, the Cavs had beaten Golden State four or five straight times, so you knew that
it was due.
It was due. But did you see the king of flops?
Oh God.
LeBron James.
LeBron flop.
When
why is he doing this?
I don't know why he's doing it.
And then
He doesn't need to do that.
Laid there like he was really hurt.
I mean, I understand that he's got a problem with the refs now. He wants more calls or whatever. But I mean, to accentuate like that is just come on now. It don't make any sense.
If y'all didn't see it, LeBron James Draymond Green ran into LeBron around half court, and LeBron flopped, fell down like he got hit by a semi truck, and then laid on the floor and like he was injured. But
and Draymond actually mocked him.
No, that was the funny part.
That was the funny part. Yeah. He mocked him. He was like, what the heck is all this?
I know, right?
Called him out right then and there.
Yeah, he should have. I mean, LeBron, as good as you are, stop flopping, man. You're not Vlade Divac.
You don't need that.
You don't need that.
Give him an Academy Award.
Vlade Divac.
Give him an Academy Award for that.
Oh, please, yes.
It's ridiculous.
Before we leave the NBA, I want to talk about this guy. Let me see if I can pronounce his name correctly. Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Giannis.
Is it Giannis?
It's Giannis.
Is Giannis?
The G is silent.
The G is silent?
The G is silent.
Goes
But
like,
not this G
Not
here.
this G.
Goes like a J.
You know I'm not silent.
No.
It's pronounced like a J, but it's Giannis.
It's Giannis?
Mm-hmm.
Antetokounmpo?
Yes.
All right, Antetokounmpo. 23.7. He's averaging 23.7
Actually,
a game.
Antetokounmpo, but that's
Antetokounmpo,
Yeah, that's how
23.7 points per game,
He's killing.
8.7
He's
rebounds,
We know that.
and
the Greek freak.
5.6 assists. Matter of fact, he leads the Milwaukee team in every category.
The guy is awesome.
23 years old, 6'11". He's killing it. He's stroking.
And he's only going to get better. Uh-oh.
And it runs in his blood. It runs in their blood. His older brother plays for the Knicks.
Oh, really?
Yes. And his younger brother plays college ball for the University of Drayton. And then his youngest brother plays high school ball. So it's in their blood. So
He plays for Dayton?
yeah, University of Dayton.
Okay.
The Flyers.
Drayton.
Drayton.
Yeah, not Dayton. I
Where's
said
Drayton at?
Where's Drayton?
No, it's Dayton. University of Dayton.
Okay.
You messing with us?
Test. SAT score. No, but and I can't. I'm not gonna. It's the one brother that plays on the Knicks. We don't even talk about the Knicks because but he's playing and he's in the league. He made the team, and
They're moving your guy to power forward. Like, really? Did you guys know that?
who?
Who do you think?
Carmelo.
Carmelo. They're moving him to power
He
forward.
ain't my guy.
I don't know what's going on.
I like Melo, but I just think the team is broken. And
Melo is not a power forward.
No,
Why
it's
are they-
not.
why
We
are
don't
they-
know what Melo is.
But what is a power
He's a
forward?
scorer. That's about it.
What is a power forward in the league right now? They got guys playing.
Okay, so we're just moving him to the 4, put it that way. Is he
Yes.
going to be a stretch 4? He's going to be a stretch 4.
Thank you. No, not.
All right, let's get back to the NFL Final Four. We'll start with the first game. Packers and the Falcons. Go ahead, Pat.
This could be epic. I mean, seriously, with the way Matt Ryan and Aaron Rodgers are playing quarterback, I mean, who would be surprised if it's 52-49? I mean, the first time they played, it was 33-32 in the ATL, where they got past the Packers. The Packers were in the middle of a 4-game losing streak at that time as well.
It's a different Packer team
But
now.
this is a different Packer team, and Aaron Rodgers has, once again, I don't know how he does it, but this guy has actually stepped up his game. I mean, his game is phenomenal to begin with, and to actually be able to step it up come playoff time, and well, even before that, when he said they were going to run the table, and what do? They ran the table. So,
yeah, I think that Aaron Rodgers, his deal right now is, I say this all the time, when you have talent, the next thing is confidence.
yes.
And that's the difference between Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson right now. Russell Wilson has talent, but he does not play the position or didn't play the position this year confidently.
Right.
And so he wouldn't make throws. That's why he would hold the ball and get sacked. Rodgers lets that joint go. And I think he's also confident in the fact that he has a strong offensive line that gives him a whole lot of time to throw. As well as Matty Ice, he has a whole bunch of time to throw too. And so they both have good receivers. Jordy Nelson might be back this week. That'll add to the Packers' arsenal.
I heard today Jordy Nelson's out because
Is he out?
not only because his ribs, he's got the flu bug.
Oh, okay.
And so he's really suffering.
Okay, so no Jordy
So
Nelson.
what about Julio for Atlanta?
He's good to go.
status?
I watched who's in and out. What's his name? Clayton.
John Clayton.
John Clayton, who's in and out, and he gave a recap, and Julio's ready to go. But the Packers, Jordan's out, Jordy Nelson's out. They say
But that's okay
10%
because
chance.
they still got Randall Cobb,
Right.
Devontae Adams,
He might be out.
Geronimo Allison,
He-
Jared Cook, who they know how to use. the tight
Adams
end
might
with.
be out too because of his ankle, but they say they're going to wait till game time and
No, somebody else will probably step in.
Exactly.
Because Aaron Rodgers just, you know what? When you have a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers,
Yes.
you can bring in a sixth grader.
Me and you could go out there.
Because
and play, yes.
that guy is like, he instills his
Yeah,
confidence into everybody else.
I'll give it to Rodgers, man, but those dudes are making tough catches.
They are.
They are
They
catching
are.
the ball. You don't see Green Bay receivers dropping
No.
balls.
But you know what? They probably do it in practice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, everything starts in practice. Everything starts in practice.
Definitely.
So, yeah, that's going to be a good game. It would be crazy if it was 13-10, wouldn't it?
You guys at Lidline are crazy.
I don't think it's going to be that low because that'd be crazy if it was, but I think it's going to be
Shoot,
high
that might
scoring.
be 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter or first quarter.
What I want to see is can Atlanta secondary, if the Packers running backs get loose, can the Atlanta Falcons secondary?
But you know what? You could say the
Because
same
of the
thing
Pack-
about the Packers secondary.
True.
Because Atlanta's got two guys that can run them up.
They do. So does the Packers though. They got two guys.
Well, yeah,
they got two. But that's what I'm just saying. But I like the Packers
What's his
defense
name?
better than I do Atlanta. Yeah, what's his name? He's good. What's his name? What's his name is good, man.
What's his name?
The ex-Seahawk,
CM.
Christian Michael.
Oh, yeah. He got no kick in the last game.
No, just
Kickoff duty, huh?
Kickoff duty.
Yeah.
That fumble.
They
He
call him
fumbled that
Mr.
one fumble in the game before. McCarthy don't play around.
Yeah, he's Mr. North-South. He can't go east or west.
Right.
He's like straight ahead. he's in the doghouse from one fumble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, kind of, sort of. That's why they took
Montgomery. I think Ty Montgomery's just been really playing really, really good at the running back
He
position
has. He
since
has.
they put him
Well, because he
in.
wants to be there.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
mean-
he's always wanted to be.
But that's why CM was just doing kickoff returns because he fumbled it. McCarthy's like making him think, even though they did let him play running back a little bit towards the end of the game.
But that's kind of odd to me because if you're worrying about somebody fumbling being a running back, wouldn't you be afraid of somebody fumbling during a kickoff return?
He almost
That's pretty
did.
stressful.
Yeah, I don't think that's it. I think that, when you get to that game right there, he just wanted to run with Ty Montgomery. I mean,
Keep going with the hot guy.
going with the hot guy. That kind of happens. It's only the Seahawks that go through 9 different running backs.
Yeah. Still didn't find a hot guy
and
Well, Rawls was hot. They just didn't stop.
Yeah, but
when he was healthy.
Right.
yeah, okay, because CM is still our leading rusher.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's playing.
All right, so I want to know, Pep, are the Steelers going to be able to get past their great distraction?
Well, AB.
Answer Antonio Brown
listen.
live Facebooking the post-game
But see,
locker room.
He does that just after every game. People only making this a big deal because he did it after this game and happened to catch Tomlin in a little profanity tirade against his future.
It's against the rules to do it inside the locker room while that's a rule violation. So he hasn't done it before while he was in the locker room, and there's been a team meeting. That's a violation in the NFL. You cannot go live and show it. You could do it outside or wherever, but in the NFL locker room, it's a violation.
So you're saying, Pepe, that he's done it before after other games, but Mike's saying that he did this time inside the locker room. Previously, had not been in the locker room or not been during their post game.
Post game, yeah. And not in the locker room when when if there's reporters and stuff around, that's different. But when it's a team. It's a violation, so he's not only going to get fined by the team, but he's going to get fined by the league too. So
and he caught the ire of Mr. Tomlin too.
Yeah, and we can see it.
And he cleaned it up though. He apologized and he took the weight and he took so his players.
You crack me up with that. You crack me. Of course he's going to apologize. What else he going to do?
Well, no, but I mean, it was good that the way he apologized.
No choice.
The way he apologized, he came out and said it's a distraction. So now it takes away from all the players. Reporters can't go up to the players and distract them now. Oh, was it a distraction? No, because didn't you hear what Antonio said? It's a distraction. So that takes that all away.
Yeah, well, I could have wrote that for him. So I know that Antonio Brown. He's got Pepe over here all
choked up.
He got him all choked up on that.
He's been hanging out with OD.
I love the guy. I really do. I can't, listen. I can't condone all of his actions. I don't like his silliness all the time. But as far as him being a wide receiver for my Pittsburgh Steelers, I love him.
You heard what Tomlin said about it, though, didn't you?
Yes.
Okay.
What did Tomlin say?
Tomlin said that's how. Don't forget that's how great players wind up going from team to team to team. So he threw it out there to let them know it's time to humble yourself because and there's the Steelers in the past have let go of some good receivers for their antics.
Yes, we know this.
Yeah, well that was Tomlin.
But I'm just saying though, but that is a little clean it up, but
that was Tomlin nipping that in the bud. Pep, what did the Steelers have to do to beat the Patriots?
Woo! Well, they can't let Brady. You know what? You got to keep the ball out of Brady's hands, just like any other good quarterback. You got to sustain drives, and and when New England scores, you're gonna have to answer. You have to answer with a touchdown. You can't just sit there and go kick a field goal. That doesn't work here in Foxborough. You got to.
I give Steelers credit though. Their defense has stepped up. They against Kansas City. Their defense showed me something that I haven't seen in a long time. And I've talked about the Steelers defense pretty much the whole season, but they stepped it up. And I mean, I'm talking about the secondary showed me something against Kansas City. So if they can show something against the Patriots, then I agree that that's not rocket science. In order to beat the Patriots, you got to keep Brady on the bench.
Keep him on the bench, and then when he's out there, you got to get to him.
Who's got the better defense?
I think it's.
I think Steelers got better defense.
I think the Steelers have a better defense, but
Patriots got the better defensive coach. Yeah, they pretty much have historically defended Roethlisberger pretty good.
What's that? Who's on the Patriots cornerbacks?
Yeah, I think it's scheme. Like I said, the
Patriots did not make the Pro Bowl.
The Patriots scheme the Steelers pretty well. So we'll see.
Yeah,
I hope Steelers win. I'm going with the Patriots, and I'm going with the Green Bay Packers. What's going down in the town?
Nathan Hale
went back east and put on a show. The Nathan Hale Raiders of Seattle, Washington, Seattle Public Schools, featuring the after that performance, Michael Porter Jr.
I'm here.
Michael Porter Jr.
He only had 37.
Yeah, but he was named the #1 player in the country. He was number 2 going into
now
it.
he's number 1. Yeah.
Now he's #1 in the country.
Yeah.
It was a team effort down there because it was a close
Last
game.
Friday, he had a walking boot on.
Yeah.
And and didn't play a game. But
Right.
Nathan Held, they're balling. When he got ejected from the Franklin game, then he didn't get by rules. He couldn't play the next game against Blanchett, and they still won. They blew Blanchett out. I mean, without him. So they're a good team. They have, P.J. Fuller.
Oh.
And they got Vontae Porter. Vontae. I'm here.
No worries.
G's over here rubbing off on me now.
Hey, we're all still.
It was the silent J.
Yeah, the silent J. Thank you. But I watched that game and TiVo'd it and watched it a couple times, and they're balling as a team. And
there are some people that are saying that that Michael Porter Jr. gets too much credit and that he's not from Seattle, and so they're saying that it's not good for Seattle basketball. Do you think Michael Porter Jr. is good for Seattle basketball, Pep?
Sure, why not?
Where does he live?
He lives here.
Where does he play?
Well, he's originally from Missouri. We know that, but so what? How many transplants are here?
Yeah, who cares?
Play ball and do
He's
well.
playing high school ball here. He's gonna go to college and play here. So if you can't ask for anything more.
Yeah, he's a Seattle dude.
And then from what they asked him and his brother at the end of the game, he said 50-50 that he might stay 2 years at UW, and his brother said, "Yeah, you do that, we're gonna win a national championship."
Lottery, top 5 pick.
Yeah, but I'm just going by what he said. He said,
"No, I heard what you
50,
said."
And because they asked him, "Is there any way that you might stay another year to play with your brother?" And his brother's like, "Yeah, I'm trying to talk him into it." And then Michael said 50-50, and he said, "Yeah," and then
Well, I love the fact that they're here in Seattle and bringing attention to other Seattle basketball players.
Exactly.
Their game, Martin Luther King Day, was on ESPN. They'll be on ESPN again on January 27th versus Garfield. And I just love the way P.J. Fuller stepped up and showed out.
Yes.
On Monday.
Yes.
He is phenomenal.
He's
only a sophomore, right?
Yeah.
I want to say one thing though. Last week, me and Pepe called it. That you asked who's going to win between Rainier Beach and Garfield, and we called it. Garfield won.
Well, I told you whoever was the home team was going to win.
But it was a close game, man.
It was close.
And Garfield was losing by 12. But anyway, I just had to say that real quick.
It was 64-60.
Right. Yeah.
Well, they had to come back.
They were down 38-20 at halftime.
Yeah, something like that.
They're getting blown out.
Yeah, they were. When I saw the score, I was like, wow. And then when I saw the score again, Garfield won.
Tonight's another good game. There'll be another good game on tonight. So Rainier Beach versus Prep, and that should be a barn burner at that game too. Both good squads.
Yeah.
Roll Prep.
It'll be interesting. It'll be
For
interesting. Sure. Rainier Beach Prep games are always interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a 3,000-point scorer in the city of Seattle.
Kelsey Plum.
She's getting buckets. Do you know how many points 3,000 points in a career is?
That's ridiculous. She's chasing Jackie Styles.
Jackie Chan?
Yeah,
Jackie Styles. I said Jackie Childs because I was thinking about Seinfeld.
Jackie Chan.
Jackie Styles.
Yeah, she passed up some grades too. She took over
she's looking to break that record, the highest scoring female point scorer.
Right now, she's the highest scoring female or male in the Pac-12 ever.
Definitely.
And she's passed Cheryl Miller, Shamik
Hoskla.
She passed her. She passed Maya Moore and Elena Deladon.
Yeah.
She passed all of those. That's a feat. And her season's not, it wasn't just barely mid-season. Yep. Oh my gosh. And each year, her shooting percentages have went higher and higher. And so she's gotten better and better. Oh my gosh.
And what's phenomenal about this for her is that it didn't start off well for her when she got here. As a matter of fact, her teammates didn't even like her. They finished practice, and she'd be walking home, and all her teammates would go out partying. And so, the coach found out, caught wind of some things, so they had a meeting. And they said, well, we don't like the fact that she, doesn't trust us. She says, okay, I'll trust you guys, but when I give you guys the ball, you better make buckets. and then everything took off from there.
That's a great coach, Mike Neighbors.
So
Mike
last
Neighbors.
year, what they do? They made the Final Four. Nobody saw that coming.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Yeah, cause so
that's a great story.
she went from 20.9, 22.6, 25.9, and now she's at 30.7.
Over 30.
She's over 30, and it's phenomenal.
She's like Pistol Pete.
Yes, exactly.
She's Pistol Pete for the women.
Yeah, maybe Lorenzo could use her.
Or maybe Mike Moore can coach the boys.
You mean Mike Neighbors?
Mike Neighbors, yes.
Friendly neighbor.
Yeah, I don't think
Mike Moore.
I don't think you can go from girls to boys.
No, I'm just
coaching.
yeah.
But, you know, let's give a shout out to UConn 91 straight.
Oh my gosh.
And Gino Auriemma.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's a feat.
the guy's the best ever.
Well, he is the John Wooden of women's basketball.
Yes.
It's the same thing.
No question.
Right? So as the evolution of basketball goes for boys, that's John Wooden, right? As the evolution of basketball goes for girls, that's John Wooden.
Yes.
I mean, I've seen Gino Amarillo. I've seen girls basketball just totally evolve. Like women now shoot real jump shots.
Yes.
I'm not talking about the girl push shot.
Right.
I'm talking about a real pull-up jumper
Yes.
with the ball over their head, follow through.
And listen, they can stroke it, you know, on the dribble drive, pull up. Just like you said, just straight up pull up. Like Maya Moore. I mean, woof.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, thank you all for listening to Lidline News. If you have any questions or comments, we invite you to join the conversation. Send us an email at lls@yahoo.com. That's Lidline Sports, LLS@yahoo.com. We promise y'all we're going to get better.
Yes.
Anyway, on behalf of Michael Carter and Renault Pepe Bean, thank you for watching Lidline Sports. Join us again next week for more great sports talk radio on Lidline Sports. Sports as we see it from just below our lids.
Peace. All right, did I talk enough this time?
You did.
I kind of quieted down, so
Yeah, you did.
Wanted you to come out your little show, so I figured I'd be quiet.
Yeah.